Hello traders, this is Burak from Trading Channels. It's the 17th of December and this is the weekend video. I send this video every morning, UK time, UK morning time, and there are several packages which if you want to have a trial, go ahead and try this here. The video costs less than £1 a day. So let's have a look at what we have in the coming 5 sessions. US ESE mini contract basically spiked up at the last CPI announcement, the consumer price index. It got stopped by the blue resistance that's there and the red. Of course, that was a double resistance that right there. You can see that's the perfect reversal at just below 4,150. It was very different to what happened in November. In November, CPI gains, it rallied big time and it never came back for a month, and then it made new highs every time. But this one, December CPI announcement, has been quite different. It rallied big and then it basically took back everything, and that's thanks to the double resistance. And it came down, bounced off that golden internal support right there, that internal support. It bounced off there, came back down, broke that one, and it finally cleared that golden bottom band as well. So this golden channel is clearly a bear flag that has been broken down. What we did was we shorted that red bottom band break. So that was basically the critical support. That 3 touches over there, 3 touches over here, and finally the 4th touch cleared it. That's what we shorted, and I was hoping that this purple support would also give way, and that's exactly what it did. And that level which I tweeted as well, like 3,910, if it would drop there, that is going to be terribly bearish, and that's exactly what's happening right now. We have this black downtrend with several touches on both sides of the trend. And that's why, as long as this black channel holds, there is more downside. My target is actually 3,770, which is where the CPI rally started. So I believe this here, the whole thing is going to be erased eventually. That's again 3,770. And let's say if the black top band break holds at the next touch, which I think it will. It doesn't even have to get tested that quickly, but if it does get tested, maybe Monday or Sunday at the open, then I think it's going to come down pretty hard as long as this black downtrend holds. So let's have a look at Dow Jones. Right here, that golden bull flag was broken. I mean, the bottom band held in October, and that was also the back test of that entire breakout level. You can see it was back tested twice in October, and it also touched the golden bottom band, and that was the confirmation that this here is a bull flag in the making. And what we have here right now is a breakout, and it's back test for the second time. This is the November CPI data release, and it's basically it took back some parts of it. Only a few days later, it rallied, and it's coming down to erase the entire gains while it's backtesting that golden bull flag. It's still extremely bullish in the long run, but I think it will erase the entire gains, which is around 32,500. Even if we see a bounce, I think it's going to penetrate back into the golden channel a little bit, and then after that, I think we're going to see more upside. So I'm not turning bearish or whatever. For the long run, this Dow Jones breakout is a mega bullish breakout. So to me, I think as long as this golden channel doesn't get penetrated too much into it, this is bullish, and I think we're going to resume the uptrend once the November CPI gains are erased. Nasdaq is also very interesting. You can see the last CPI, the December CPI, Okay, so right here, just a few days ago, right? That was a spike to the upside. It didn't touch that red support, that broken support, which should have become a resistance. It didn't really test that, but it got very close to that golden resistance rail. And then it reversed right there. And now it's breaking. What's happening here is very, very important. That purple support that, you can see here, that had played a very important role for a long time. Okay. And we had so many back tests on that. And right now it's breaking to the downside. And the black bottom band initially hold together with the purple. That is on Friday, yesterday. And it came down to break that black and the purple. So this is looking bearish as well. And the November CPI is here, and its bottom band, or where it started, is basically around 10,800 or so. So that's where it's headed, in my view. Coming on Monday or Tuesday, I think it's going to keep on selling. So you can see it already started the retracement, and I think it's going to retrace the entire CPI spike. And then we will have to watch very carefully whether it rallies off there or it's going to come down all the way to the purple bottom band. That is very critical. So I'm going to be, of course, watching the price action once this retracement is over. How it's going to come down to that level. Are we going to have a downtrend to be broken to the upside once the retracement is over? That's exactly what I do. I watch the price action. To me, the price action says that we're going to go down. Obviously, if it breaks back into the black and if it rallies hard beyond 11,500, that becomes a different story. So I'm not making any prophecy predictions or whatever. This here is a price action. Based on price action, ES and Nasdaq, they look bearish. And Russell, it's also a very interesting chart. Right here, the golden resistance rail, it was holding very strongly, and I thought maybe the fourth one is going to break, but only with the natural market forces. Well, it didn't really, it tried to break, but both of them, both this spike that was caused by Jay Powell's speech and this here, like the FOMC, this here is the CPI spike, December speed, the CPI spike. So they both failed. The red resistance held, you can see here, and it basically crashed. It cleared the red internal support right there, okay? But more importantly, that blue support is also broken. You can see here, that blue support broken, and it's getting back tested. To me, this is another sign that it's going to come down to the red bottom band, and then we'll see whether it holds and starts a really big rally. That remains to be seen. Okay, it already erased the CPI gains of November. So Russell has been leading the pack to the downside as usual. It's still the weakest link among all the indices. FTSE. Let's talk about FTSE here. First, I'm going to show you the long-term one right there. Right. That golden resistance is at 7,600, okay? That is from 2018. A few touches on that, and I believe it's going to be broken eventually. That's 7,600, okay? So that blue resistance that was broken and it got back tested, finally now it's coming back down. So the blue broken resistance held for as support, but it doesn't anymore. So this is, again, I wouldn't hold this anymore as a support or resistance because it's been breached too many times. What we had here is this was the CPI spike to the upside, and that green resistance, look at that, 3 touch, and now the green support is broken. The black bottom band is potential support. And what we have here is also that red support. I'm going to explain that red one. That red top band, the red bottom band that was broken, it got back tested at, when it rallied, it got back tested. And the rally was, of course, caused by this golden support right there that I shared with everyone. So what do we have here right now is the red plus black. That is a double support around 7,900, 7,280, 7,290. That's the level where the red and black, they come together around that level where I think now FTSE is going to find a support. If it doesn't, then of course it's going to slide further down. At the moment, the fact that the break, the green support is that's a descending support that breaks to the downside. That is really bearish, of course, for the short term. So this level is very important for FTSE, whether it wants to rally or not. DAX also was a very, very clear chart right here. That green top band held at the end of this, at the CPI announcement. And it came down pretty hard. It tested that green internal support a few times together with this zone right here, okay? It backtested that golden zone. It also formed this blue support, 3-touch, and once it breaks, it basically became a waterfall, which then also cleared that green support, right? It managed to hold a few times right there. There was some news action right there. Finally rallied and it came down, and now the green support is broken. And I said, if you have seen the tweets, anything below 14,210 is going to start a major sell-off, and here we are, 400 ticks down, and it's probably going to erase the entire CPI gain, just like the other indices. This is oil. Oil triple support at $70.40, $70.40. That red, blue, and the green. That was the triple support that held perfectly right there at 70.40, 70.20 or something. And then it cleared the veg, that green veg, that caused a $7 rally. That was 10% rally. That purple resistance is the line in the sand. It came very close to it. It's now pulling back. I think we can have maybe a bull flag here at some point, or it's already done. I think if that purple resistance breaks, it's taking a breath at the moment. If it breaks to the upside, then I think 80, 85 is going to be next. Sorry, 83, which is, you can see that black support that was broken, back tested, another back test, another, and another. So that's like 4 back tests on that black resistance that's been holding. And if the purple resistance breaks, that is going to be around $77. Then it's going to get to that 82.50, which is the black resistance, maybe even to break it at the 5th back test. This is Brent oil, which we bought, and that's also another triple support, that black, the blue, and golden. And then it cleared that green channel, that steep channel to the upside, which is why we bought it. Already closed half of the position. Now let's have a look in the short run. So this black top band, which already has 5 touches, a few touches on the bottom band, it is the perfect definition of a downtrend. Clearly, when and if it breaks to the upside, I think Brent is going to run to $90 very, very fast. So do we have a bull flag right here? Yes, we do. This is a bull flag. Okay, I'm going to do it a little bit better. Yeah, this is a good job. Right there, a few touches on the top and 2 touches on its bottom band. When and if it breaks, and I think it will break to the upside, I think it's going to get to that black top band, and we're going to see whether it breaks or not. Oops, that got crooked. So it's going to break to the upside around 82.50, and we may even add to the long if and when it breaks that black top band. This is natgas. The backtest on that blue broken support held at around 7. Okay, that red line may become a resistance, at strong resistance. I'm just saying that because it's not really a resistance just yet for my money, but it looks like a really strong resistance rail. Yeah, I think if this golden bull flag breaks to the upside, I think it's going to touch that, which is around 720. Yeah, 7,200. And then I think it may come down pretty hard again. I'm bearish on natgas, still bearish on natgas for the long run. And the reason is very clear. That black gigantic downtrend. Okay, it looks like a very sideways action, but it's still sloping down. And if this green support breaks, I think it's going to come down hard again. So gold, very short term, is looking slightly bearish, and the reason is, which is I'll explain in a minute. Okay, that green resistance held. This is futures chart. 1, 2, 3, 4 touches. This is the CPI spike, and it stalled at the green resistance. That is very clear, right? And it came down. It's now back testing the green broken internal support, which is like a back test. If the red top band holds as resistance, I think it's going to come down hard all the way to the green bottom band. And of course, the black broken channel may get back tested at around 1760, and that's where I think we can still load up on gold. Yeah, it's long term, it's very bullish because the reason is very clear. The red channel was broken initially. That was around 1690. That red gigantic bull flag broken. And then the black one, you can see the black top band held, it pulled back. That's where it confirmed it as a bull flag. And then finally we broke it to the upside. I think we may get another back test on that, and even like the spot chart shows, that was the futures. The spot chart shows a much better view right here, because spot and futures can be different. The black channel was broken and back tested here. All I'm saying is we may get another backtest at around 1760 and then a rally to actually break that blue resistance to the upside. That blue resistance is an ascending resistance, and once it breaks, and I think it will be broken eventually, then it's going to get to that 2080, which is that purple top band, okay, the previous highs. Silver, this is again the futures chart right there. So let me put a long-term view first so that you can understand why I turned bullish. That is, you can see the golden, that golden support held at the end of the COVID crash, and then this golden internal resistance was broken with a force, huge force. And what do we have? There was a bull flag right here, right there, okay? It was broken to the downside to back test the golden broken resistance and erase all these spiky gains. And then we had a major push. It cleared that green top band after one pullback. It cleared it, but now it's broken back into it slightly. So it's a little bit shaky, okay? All I'm saying is, of course, this blue support, internal support is holding. You can see that's the back test on that blue internal support. If we can keep on going without breaking this red bottom band, I think it's going to clear that green top band for good. And it's going to keep on rallying all the way to the previous highs and the golden. That's around $28, $29, $30. It remains to be seen, of course, what it is going to do when it gets there, okay? Platinum has a very, very clear chart, and I will explain all these colors, all these lines. Okay, this red one at the top is 1350, It's a huge bull flag. 800 was the third touch, and that's exactly where it bounced. It cleared this green channel to the upside. That was an internal bull flag. It cleared it, back tested it, it rallied, it formed this little bull flag, got out of it at 960, rallied to the green top band. The green bottom band had already formed, so this reversal was expected as a potential resistance, and that's exactly where it reversed. It formed this bull flag, broke it to the upside. Now, what do we have? I'm not saying this green. Forget about the green right now. The blue channel is broken. Okay, that uptrend, which already had quite a few touches on its bottom band, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and here it is, broke at around 1015. Right here, the purple support is holding so far. It got back this, look at this, 1015, which I shared with the members. That is going to be the back test, and right from there, it's already dropped to $15 without going back into the blue channel. That is textbook technical action. Now, if this purple support breaks, and I think it will be broken, the green bottom band, which is at 960, that is the target for a potential bull flag. That is the 960, which is another $40 to drop. All right. And then if the red top band breaks eventually, which is at 1090, that's it. That will be the end of platinum bear market, and we're going to see a huge rally. That is my take. Let's have a look at Forex. Euro. Starting with Euro. A little bit slow today. Okay, so I'm going to put this in first the daily chart, or 8 hourly will do. I'm keeping this as a, this is the resistance. It tried to break it when Christine Lagarde talked about a little bit hawkish, but then it came back down, and that's where I said, Euro has topped yesterday on Twitter, and the reason was this, that black channel is now broken. That top band, the bottom band, it's now topped, guys. I have very little doubt about it. That red resistance is holding. We are going to see at least a pullback towards this level. Okay, that's around, I think, ultimately, Euro is going to erase this spike, which was caused by the CPI data release. Okay, that's parity. So that's another 580 pips to go. Okay, let's have a look at pound sterling, which we shorted, and I'm going to explain why we shorted it. Okay, it's getting a bit slower, but it's good. So look at 8 hourly chart. Okay, right there, that purple channel, right? That was from 2021. 2021, right there, it was broken to the downside in April of this year. That I never forgot. Okay, that is a very nice break to the downside. That's where it started, a huge one. So before that, it was a bull flag that failed, and the failure of a bull flag, of course, causes a major move to the downside. This is the back test on that purple. What happened this week at 124.50, which I had posted so many times. It fell short maybe 5 pips from 124.50 right there. And of course, that green resistance rail played a role here. And I'm going to explain now why we shorted it and where we shorted it. And that is the reason. So this red bull flag, well, it was holding for a while, and it broke to the downside. That is, and that, of course, it got back tested. That always happens, and they both failed to break back in, which was further comfort we shorted 123.48, and then, of course, the waterfall started. And the purple support was broken. The blue internal support is broken. So, all right, I'm going to show you what the blue one is. So my target, of course, is coming down pretty hard. Around 121, I'm going to reassess the position, maybe close half at the blue if it holds. That blue is coming from the very bottom of September. Okay, so there is that. And of course, if it comes down further, then this here is November. Oops, sorry. That's it. Yeah. This here is the spike of CPI. And that level is around 113. So that's another 800 pips to go. So I may hold that position, at least half of it, for longer. So what do we have here on US dollar Japanese yen? This here, the black channel hasn't been confirmed just yet. It came very close to it, but it is not tested yet. Okay, so I'm just gonna show you how I formed it. That is the top. Okay, the top here, the top band, the bottom band hasn't been tested, but maybe we'll get a test. Maybe this week, if US dollar Japanese yen comes down to right there, around 135 or just below it. What is important here is this green channel that was broken. That golden support held as resistance. This is 3-touch resistance. This, of course, it was caused by Jay Powell, the FOMC meeting. The blue support held, that diagonal support held. It cleared that green channel for the second time. Now the red top band is very, very important, that red downtrend. If and when it breaks to the upside and this level is cleared, I'm going to show you, that level is at 138. If 138 is cleared, I think we're going to see a huge run to basically gain back all the CPI losses from November. That is where it's going to be headed, which is at 145. Okay, watch out for that 138, guys. Okay, DXY, I think it's ready for a run. Okay, because the wedge, that golden wedge, is breaking to the upside. To me, that golden support held, and this golden resistance zone has to be broken, of course, for more upside, at least to backtest this failed blue bull flag, that failed blue bull flag. Aussie is a very clear bear, and the reason is I sent this to everyone. So when it was here, right there at the backtest of the green and at the red top band, it was already erasing the gains. Okay, and this here, okay, on its own, yeah, this was a wedge, and the golden support got cleared, and that was like, I mean, really free money, to be honest. A support like this, when it breaks after reversing at the double resistance, is a very high probability trade, a very high one. So at the moment, the red support, maybe we're going to see a bounce, and once this red support also breaks, that's it really. So we're going to see a further downside, and Kiwi is the same. That blue support was broken, but then the Jay Powell speech basically took it to the upside, back into the blue, and then later on the blue one was broken for good. You can see that blue support was holding quite a few times. Now it's gone, and the red support is gone too, and it's getting back tested. So to me, this is going to keep on coming down, and yeah, we'll see probably 60 or just below it to back test that green broken support. Excuse me, green broken channel right there. That is the breakout and back test. We may get another back test below 60. Okay, last ones are, of course, our coins. And to me, okay, long term, I'm going to repeat it. Okay, let's repeat it. That red support is broken with the scandal FTX scandal. Otherwise, it was holding. It was a nice break out of the screen, and I thought it was going to get to 25,000 at least to form a bear flag and then come down. Where it came down because of FTX scandal, short term, this golden bear flag is broken. So I'm going to put it on the 4-hourly chart, and you'll see it much clearly. Okay, right here, the golden top band and the golden bottom band. So it's now broken, which is why I think we're going to see a new low, which is around, I think, 1500. So the previous low is around 15,600 or so. So I think we're going to see that level and then possibly a rally. And Ethereum, very, very similar story. That black resistance, so the green one was broken. I'm not going to talk about the golden and the red. It would be too long a video. So that black resistance, so first the green one was broken, back tested so many times, and then it rallied and cleared that black triangle. So you can see, I'm going to show you that black triangle. That was a really nice triangle, and I thought it was going to rally really nicely. Okay, this is the black triangle right there, 1, 2, 3, and it broke it, but then the FTX scandal came, and it basically got below this triangle, okay? And it's still struggling to break to the upside. I thought it was going to get at least to 2,100 or so once it was broken, 2,500 even, maybe even 3,000 to backtest the golden broken channel and then come down, but it's actually now very shaky times for coins. It's testing that black support one more time, and we'll see. That red support, rail, that one is a rail, you can see here. That is a quite nice support right there. It's holding. Ultimate target is 300. Yes, that red bottom band. Okay, this red support was broken. I'm going to delete that one. That's long-term support. And the golden one was broken. So, yeah, hard to say. Zcash right there is that black resistance was broken, but now the golden bear flag right there is broken to the downside. So we'll see. It's not, I mean, ultimately it's still looking slightly bullish, and the reason is the support, that blue and red, that double support, they held, and we had a nice bounce, but I think it has to get to that red top band initially, and then even break it to the upside for me to get really very bullish. And clearly that golden resistance has to be broken for a rally, but we're very far from that. Litecoin, you can see that bear flag was broken to the upside, but then it was stopped by the green broken support, which held as resistance, and it's gone back into the bear flag. I would argue now that that could become another bear flag like this. So, like this, because then, you know, that 4 touches on that, and the bottom band, we'll see. If it touches that bottom band, bounces, and then breaks, it's going to get to that golden bottom band, which is at 27, 28. That's where you can buy. Yeah, that golden support, golden bottom band. Chile's is looking very bad now, very bad. And the reason is very clear. Yeah, that is, okay. It broke this red support now and the black. So it's still looking bullish, and the reason is you can see that green bottom band together with the golden, they both held, and the golden bull flag was broken to the upside. And then it formed this opening megaphone whose support is now broken. So short-term bearish, but long-term may still be very bullish. If the golden support holds, it can still rally, but it has to break that green top band for a mega rally to start. So until then, there is no hope. Matic is also the same. Very bad at the moment, and the reason is very clear. This blue uptrend, you see how many touches this golden channel was holding, and we had a major push off the blue plus golden. It went all the way to the green resistance. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Okay, zoom in. It got stopped by the previous support right there. That is what support and resistance lines do if you plot them right. That wedge was, when it was broken, it sent signal to everyone that Matic is not really looking good. And what we have here is now the broken blue uptrend, which is very bearish, and the red support is being forced to break. And that red support is critical as well. And I think if that one breaks, the back test on the black is not going to hold either. And then I don't know where it can stop really. That is going to be a very, very big challenge for Matic to break back into the blue. And Shiba, same story. This is the double support. We've had a huge push. The golden channel was broken, and this is FTX. I mean, it was coming down a little bit anyway, and then FTX scandal came. This blue channel is a small bull flag. Well, not so small, but compared to the golden one, it is a smaller one. It has to break to the upside for a rally. This is, again, based on only price action. If this blue support holds, okay, if this blue support holds, it's going to rally and break that. But so far, there is no hope. And Doge came, so when it rallied, following the break of the red resistance and the golden resistance, they both broke. And I said, if this blue top band holds, we're going to see it stall and come back down. And that's exactly what happened. So for me, the blue channel is now a very big bull flag. The black one is not holding, so I'm going to delete this as a channel. I was hoping that it would hold at the test. So at the moment, the golden support is holding, right there. So zoom in. That golden support is holding. If we see a touch on that red support or previous resistance, and if it holds, then yes, there is hope for it to break and go all the way to new highs. That's a big if, so we'll see. Okay, guys, this was a long video. Hope you liked it. Yeah, keep in touch. I'm always up for requests, charts requests. Well, only for members, to be honest. So there's that. Okay, guys, take care. There's always a free trial. Try it.